Hi, welcome to BoxPred. Before I begin this video, I just saw some news saying that Manny Pacquiao is planning to fight on for another 3 years before retiring. That's longer than I expected, and if this is true, thank you Manny Pacquiao. Okay, on to this video. I'm going to be talking about the fight later this week between Juan Manuel Marquez and Michael Katsidis. The fight is for Marquez's lightweight titles. My prediction for this fight is a decision victory for Juan Manuel Marquez. Okay, so we have Juan Manuel Marquez and Michael Katsidis. First of all, I like to say that I have a lot of respect for both fighters. They're great for boxing, in my opinion. They don't shy away from a challenge, and they're always up for a good fight, and they're good for the fan to watch, entertainment-wise. And this should be no different. This should be, I'm expecting an exciting fight, and let's hope it doesn't disappoint. Okay, we have Juan Manuel Marquez, the counter-puncher, tactician, boxing scientist. I rate him very highly indeed. And then we have Michael Katsidis, his mandatory challenger, who I believe has earned that right. He's fought to be where he is, and he deserves it. He deserves this shot. Especially with you see he's had dealing with the late loss of his brother. He still decided to take this fight. So huge respect to him, huge credit to him for taking this fight, and I wish both fighters the best of luck for this one. Now on to my prediction. They say that styles make fights, and this one sees two boxers with contrasting styles that when they go up against each other can make for some very interesting viewing. And so we have Juan Manuel Marquez, the counterpuncher, and Michael Katsidis, the infighter, the swarmer. So Marquez likes to wait for his opponent. He typically starts fights slowly. He's not a quick starter, and he will analyse his opponent, see what they're throwing at him, and then he will gradually, as the fight goes on, become stronger and stronger and counterpunch. Usually, in his case, counterpunch is way to victory. Michael Katsidis, he likes to swarm his opponents. He fights like sort of Mike Tyson style, Jack Dempsey style, the sort of come straight in at you, inside fighter. I feel are both are very good examples of this style, and they're both very effective with the style that they have adopted in their careers, and I think that's going to make for an even better fight. Okay, so how do I see the fight? I think starting with Michael Katsidis, the challenger, his best chance in this fight, I feel, is to go and try and get Juan Manuel Marquez out of there early. His style is made for that type of fight. He starts quickly. Juan Manuel Marquez, his opponent, this time around starts slowly. Katsidis needs to get out there early. He needs to basically swarm Juan Manuel Marquez and try to take him out early. Give Juan Manuel Marquez no chance, if that is possible. He needs to take advantage of the slow starting Marquez basically, and he needs to get the early stoppage in this one, I think, if he's to win the fight. And I think he can do it. That is a possibility. He could do that. In his last fight against Kevin Mitchell, now I'm not saying Kevin Mitchell is at the level that Juan Manuel Marquez is, but it's just an example of that in that fight, of the quick start that Michael Katsidis adopts, and the way he can get a fighter out of there early, and he can get the stoppage early. So for the first half of the fight, the way I see this going is that Katsidis is going to try and do that, and Marquez is just going to have to ride that out. Basically, he's going to have to ride the storm for the first half of the fight. The reason I think Katsidis only wins if he gets an early stoppage in this one is because Juan Manuel Marquez, once he gets his rhythm, finds his rhythm, and once he knows what Katsidis is all about and he starts counterpunching, he typically gets stronger as the fight goes on. And I believe that if this fight goes a distance, then Juan Manuel Marquez will win on points, probably by a unanimous decision. I think he'll simply be too strong the longer it goes, because that suits Marquez. Marquez doesn't. He wants this fight to. The longer it goes, the better it is for him. The worse it gets for Katsidis. And later in the fight, that's what I see happening, because I'm of the opinion that Juan Manuel Marquez. This wasn't an easy prediction for me by any means, because I saw it basically could go one of two ways, and I've mentioned already that Katsidis could get the stoppage in the first half of the fight. I feel, but I'm not going for that, and I don't think that's going to happen. I think Juan Manuel Marquez is just going to have a bit too much class for Katsidis in this one. He's a bit too. He's on a level above, and he's not. He's just not going to be susceptible to being stopped that early. I think Marquez is going to ride out the first half of the fight. I believe Marquez is he's a tough guy. He's a Mexican, and he is a proud Mexican, and I feel that he has got the fight to get through the early rounds. He's got that toughness, that mental toughness, that physical toughness to get through Katsidis' early barrage. And I think it will be quite hairy for him in the first half of the fight, but I think Marquez will get through it. And then I believe in the second half of the fight, Marquez will start to pick up the points, and I think he'll run away with the fight in the end, because I also think he could, because I do rate him very highly, Marquez, and I believe he could even come away with a couple of rounds from from the first half of the fight as well. So I think he's going to end up walking away with the fight, and I believe Juan Manuel Marquez wins this by decision. But that's my prediction. That's how I think the fight will happen. And I know that Katsidis is no stranger to going down either. He's been down in the past. He's been knocked down in the past, and he can take damage. But I think Katsidis strikes me as a guy who is tough also, and he can if he goes down, he can get back up, and he'll want to see this right through the end. This is his shot, you know. So I think Katsidis will make it through the latter rounds when other fighters may wilt under the pressure and be stopped by Marquez. I think Katsidis will hang on in there, and I think he'll last till the very end. So I think this is going to go to a decision victory, and I think it's going to lie with a win for the champion, Juan Manuel Marquez. Anyway, thank you for watching my video. That's my prediction, that's my opinion. As always, I welcome your opinions if you'd like to comment on my page. Thanks for watching. This is BoxPred. I'm out.